We'll see more and more pandemics arising due to climate impacts and the emergence of new bacteria as a result of increased greenhouse gases and methane emissions. So that we just don't have immunity to. So I think as a collective, everyone's been talking about COVID. Okay, that's good, and it's going to stay with us, but this is just the...
Yes, welcome back. This is a quick update. After several days of silence, Pfizer quietly releases statement in response. If you don't know, the clip was taken down. Going down on this article, let me read out some parts so you can understand exactly what is going on. Allegations have recently been made related to gain of undirected evolution research at Pfizer, and the company would like to set the record straight. In the ongoing development of the Pfizer biotech, Pfizer has not conducted gain of or directed evolution research. Working with collaboration, we have conducted research where the original SARS has been used to express the spike protein from new variant of concern. Yes, if you want to read everything on this article, check on the description for the link. They made it clear that they have not done anything that is in response to that video, debunking everything about that video. This is what he just tweeted. Breaking, YouTube has taken down our bombshell clip. It had 800k views. The video still exists on Twitter with 20 million views. They are scrambling today per sources inside. Before we go into this full analysis, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that, and if possible, I on my knees share this video.
Everyone should ask questions, and we are there, and the media and there and others, to answer those questions and explore those questions. That's not misinformation. Misinformation is when information gets out there that is grossly incorrect, or disinformation, information that is purposely designed to be incorrect. Misinformation and disinformation and the active manipulation of people's feelings, people's decisions, this is what we're against. So I think we need to separate what is robust dialogue around options and what we do as a society and what's best for our kids, what's best for our older persons. And that is done in public and in transparency, and that's important that that's available and that discussion happens. That's not misinformation, that's dialogue. And in that dialogue, sometimes there's confusion and it takes some time to work it out. And that's part of the process too. Rational questions are asked, then we may not have full evidence to have that discussion. We go find that evidence and we come back and have the discussion again. That's a process. It's not always pretty, it's not always immediate. That's consultation, that's transparency. Misinformation and disinformation are different, where the base of that information is essentially incorrect, where information is used as a weapon to manipulate how people make conclusions. That's what we're fighting here. We're not fighting dialogue, we're not fighting questions, we're not fighting people asking, or governments asking, or the media asking the right questions. The robust discussion around our futures, the robust discussion around policy is important. It needs to be open, transparent, and be open for media scrutiny. That's part of the process.
This is one organization struggling to redefine misinformation. Asking the right questions is not considered misinformation. I have seen a case where questions have been raised. We are told not to question science. So what exactly is he talking about? Sometimes when I see videos like this, I'm actually short on words because I always take maximum care not to go out of the line. Reasons: it is just important to report what you see. Though at a certain point, it can still be considered misinformation. The video of James O'Keefe that is being taken down, they say it violated YouTube policies. Misinformation. Now, the World Health Organization is sending out chilling warning to nations. They should prepare medicines for what is coming. I don't know if you have seen this. Let me read out the full article so you can understand exactly what is happening.
Surveillance and genetic sequencing have declined dramatically, making it more difficult to track known variants and detect new ones. And there is a torrent of pseudoscience and misinformation circulating, which is undermining trust in safe and effective tools. My message is clear. Do not underestimate this virus. It has and will continue to surprise us, and it will continue to kill, unless we do more to get health tools to people that need them and to comprehensively tackle misinformation.
Going down on this article, on Thursday, the World Health Organization quietly updated a list of medicine countries should stockpile in the event of radiological and nuclear emergencies. The list, which was last updated in 2007, includes drugs necessary to care for those exposed to harmful amount of radiation. In radiation emergency, explained by Dr. Maria, World Health Organization Acting Assistant Director General, Healthier Population Division, people may be exposed to radiation at doses ranging from negligible to life-threatening. Government need to make treatment available for those in need. First, it is essential that governments are prepared to protect the health of populations and respond immediately to emergency. This includes having ready supply of life-saving medicine that will reduce risks and treat injuries from radiation. Countries were recommended to obtain a stockpile, PPE, and trauma kit as well as stable iodine, gelatin sand, decooperating agents, and cytokines, among other chemicals and medication in their list of potential scenarios that could require the use of such product. The World Health Organization includes emergency and nuclear power plant, medical or research facilities, or accident during transport of radioactive materials. Buried at the end of the list of potential scenario is international use of radioactive materials with malicious intent. Nuclear war will fall into this category. As the Daily Mail report, the World Health Organization updated a list was published just after the European Union suggested that Russia is at war with the West. Secretary General of the EU External Action Service declared that Putin had moved from a concept of special operation to a concept now of a war against NATO and the West. His announcement came as allied nations continue to send tanks and other military supplies to Ukraine. In response, the Kremlin suggested the West was engaging a blatant provocation and one that Russia was capable of creating a global catastrophe. Many have cautioned against escalation, citing the potential danger it poses to everyone involved. When you are dealing with someone who has the ability to annihilate the entire world, you have to put that first. And famous Jack Probosi once suggesting that it is not in anyone's interest to go to war with nuclear power. This is a blatant warning to everyone.